Welcome back, guys. Doing more Hollow Knight here on Game Boomers Live. Zoop, zoop. Dave was with me on Paper Mario earlier in the stream. Final Fantasy VII is Naomi, my girlfriend. Ow. Sargon's a liberal. This is the thing. For people who understand political philosophy, no offense, I didn't mean this condescendingly. Liberalism and conservatism are like, they're part of the same political tradition. Like, conservatism came out as a reaction to liberalism, but they both fundamentally believe very similar things. Meanwhile, you have socialism and communism and fascism, which are all different political traditions entirely. Like, it's almost like the reason that the left-right spectrum exists is because it shows the difference between liberals and conservatives within the classical liberal spectrum. Nazism isn't actually far right, and communism isn't actually far left. They're actually completely off the spectrum and not part of that way of viewing politics. It's an entirely different political tradition. Well, modern-day conservatives are often more religious than classical liberals. Okay, yeah. Oh, Naomi has to work very early tomorrow morning, so she's not coming on the show tonight. She's going to bed soon. She's just relaxing, then turning in early. Yeah, no, I agree, Gulas, yeah. ANCAPs are just as ridiculous as Marxists. Now that we have the Hadouken, we can actually enter the green path now. So let's go do that. I think it's over here. Yes, it is. Here's green path. Yeah. Libertarianism and classical liberalism are very similar. It's just that classical liberalism has a bit more use of the state. Not much more. Like, for example, I agree with the idea of universal health care if a nation can afford it. I don't believe it's a right. That's a different conversation. But I believe that it's a net good for society. For sure. Like, and there's even a very capitalist argument for universal health care. People who have pre-existing conditions and die at 5 years old cannot participate in the free market. Not when they're fucking dead. Don't blow up me! Okay. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So it's like a net benefit to society if people can at least have a minimum amount of care to survive such that they can contribute to society. That seems to be the proper philosophical reasoning for a universal healthcare system. Their organs can? Yeah, I guess. See you later, Xavier Key. Thanks for being here, man. I'm sorry, I know that like you're one of the more gamery viewers of mine, so I'm sorry if the politics talk turned you off a little bit. Politics is not something that I try to consistently talk about on this show. But thanks for being here, man. It's okay? Alright. There's Hornet. See you later. I'm an idiot. I'm also an idiot again. Yeah, I know what you mean, Morphbox. America's a different America is in a different situation than the rest of the world, frankly. Like, America has a massive military. Like, that's a huge budget that no one else has. However, their military is not all evil either. Like, would you want China running the Pacific Ocean, or would you want America running the Pacific Ocean? Like, it seems kind of obvious to me, right? I agree with that as well, Avalon Apple. There's definitely, like, certain levels of federalization have proven to bring about benefits, like schooling, for example, obviously. You know? Okay. I need this mosquito to come with me. Come along. This way. Come on in. Okay. Thank you. Get that guy. Here's a good old conifer. Yeah. Yes. Agreed, Baron Snugs. Yeah. I was telling Dave about this because Dave has, like, I don't know if you guys were here. Those of you who were here for Paper Mario, you know that Dave can actually be a pretty good voice actor. I think Dave has the chops to make it professionally as a voice actor. But he's afraid that being associated with my political stuff and his own political stances will basically tank his ability to become a voice actor. And I told him, no, it won't. There's a few reasons why I think it won't. Because one, I think the woke SJW cancel culture stuff has hit its apex, and it'll start declining over the next decade. I think that's on its way out now. Secondly, I also think it's because it's basically because. Hold on. Hello, Devin. 008. I also think that it's because Joe was the second reason that I had. Can't even remember it. Oh yes, basically, if you're good enough, it doesn't matter why people hate you. Like, millions of people hate Elon Musk. He hasn't been canceled. Millions of people hate Notch. He hasn't been canceled. They've tried. They've failed. If you are good enough at what you do, you are uncancelable. So the solution to being canceled, if you're afraid of it, is to get good. It's to become world class at whatever it is you're doing. Ouch. I do recall at one point, people tried to cancel Scrump, and they were like writing to Super Nerdland, being like, fire him, as you can't have Scrump as a writer anymore on your video game website, and they told him all to fuck off. Because Super Nerdland's full of like not woke people, like red pill people too, don't give a shit. Exactly, Canicus, yeah. That actually makes sense, yeah. Well, the thing is, though, is that you can quit from a public defender job. As long as you can quit from being a doctor paid by the state, then it should be okay, too. People cowering in Discord just mentioning him. Who? Who is cowering in Discord? Like, who is being mentioned? We're nearly at the Hornet fight. Scrump, yeah. Well, have you guys heard about the Scrump story that I've told a few times on this channel? Come on, get out of here. No? Okay, so there was somebody that I met who was a teacher's assistant at the university here in town. And they actually knew who Scrump was. And as soon as they realized that I associated with Scrump, they were actually writing a thesis on how toxic people like Scrump and Sargon were. He was like a master's student getting his PhD. Well, I'm not talking about Jordan here, somebody else. He was a master's student getting his PhD who followed alt-right YouTubers, and he thought that Sargon and Scrump were the examples of the two most toxic people on the internet. And he was writing his thesis on them. And then as soon as he realized that I did a podcast with Scrump, he refused to even talk to me or look at me anymore. He was like deathly afraid. He was the guy that offered extra credit in his class to flag my YouTube channel. If he could prove that they went on YouTube and flagged my videos, he'd give them extra credit in his class. Hey, come on, dude. Agreed, Goulas, yeah. That's why it shouldn't be a right, but a privilege. Yeah, Sargon's a nice guy, man. H-Bomber Guy doesn't give him credit. H-Bomber Guy, though. H-Bomber Guy is like an SJW who just feels really guilty about being an edgelord back with Jim back in the day, dude. Sargon makes people upset because he's both anti-Nazi and anti-communist, so the communists like to claim the space of being against Nazism as unique to them, but it's not. That's why they say, like, World War II soldiers were parts of Antifa. It's like, shut the fuck up, you idiot. Come on. Come on. Done. He does, Sir Davos, yeah. It was funny, though, that, like, I knew somebody who knew Scrump to the point that they refused to even talk to me after they knew that I did a podcast with them. And then they were like, okay, if you flag SFO's channel, I'll give you, like, 5% of your final grade. And I was like, Jesus Christ, dude. Shit. 2 hits at the same time. Jesus. Oh my God. The music in female fragility. I'm not sure. I have to think about it and go back and figure it out. Sure. Yeah. When I figure it out, I'll DM it to you. I can't look it up now, though. I could have sued. Yeah, maybe. I met Sargon because Scrump couldn't make his D&D Crusaders campaign. He was part of Sargon's Cyberpunk, but he couldn't make Crusaders, so he recommended me for the slot, and so I got introduced by Scrump. That's how I met him. I had once spoken to him like years and years before that, back before he had gotten big, but after he blew up, I hadn't talked to him in a long time. Time for the Hornet fight. Get out of here. Let's go. Ha. Didn't trigger your cutscene. Ha. Oh, you missed. Shit. I missed, rather. Oh, shit. I'm an an idiot. If I die here, it's gonna be like really embarrassing. Okay, heal up. I got this now. Oh shit, I landed right on her. Just say no to the tilt. Yeah, basically. Oh shit, god damn it. I always forget she has that move. There you go, did it. No problem. They were just vibing. Oh yeah, playing the sequel to this game is gonna be awesome. Now we have the dash. Now it's a dream sequence. Did I do that? If you see articles, send them to me, Mindbender. I want to know. Absolutely. So I will say, chums. Since I'm telling you the old SFO lore, I might as well tell you some more other stories, I guess. I had two friends. Those of you who have been here. Dude, Black Hoofs. Welcome back, man. It's been a while. Yeah, we played Paper Mario for about 3 hours earlier. Dave had to go to work, so I switched games. Yeah, thanks, Zenchan. So, story time with Devo. I had two friends on the show, Eric and Jordan. Those of you are probably... There's going to be a few of you who are... Oh shit, I got eaten. I'll tell this story. I might as well. This is a story time with Dev. Two friends used to be on the show. They're no longer on the show, and they're no longer friends. And basically, what happened was there's a guy named Slaughter Otter who ran a server where it wasn't devoted to hating me, but he was definitely a hate watcher. He was like an autistic fan who really liked me, and then when I wouldn't do what he wanted all the time, he kept saying like, "Oh, dude, Dev's going downhill, and he's getting egotistical, and this and that." And eventually, I was like, "Listen, fuck off. Like, I understand that you like me, I get it, I appreciate it, but you're not going to use your super fan status to control me." That was basically my point of view on it. He started like in his private server, he started like shit talking me, and when I was still in it, he like isolated me from like the rooms where he would basically plot against me, and it did turn into like gay ops. But what happened, unfortunately, is I had eventually learned the fact that those two guys that I knew in real life, Eric and Jordan, were both in there, and they were both part of like trying to fuck with me. And then I actually got logs from that server, and they were like, "Yeah, next time we're on Game Boomers with Dev, we're gonna fuck his show up." I don't know what they meant by fuck my show up, but I wasn't gonna give them the opportunity to do it, so I just stopped being friends with them. I'm like, no, I'm done. Fuck you. And then like, I found like other people who were like viewers of mine, who were in there like feeding them my DMs with them, and I basically banned them all. Like, Wing Baron for a long time was a super fan, and I banned him, you know. I banned Morality. You know, these guys who have been watching me for years, they were all in there. I was like, fuck. Yeah, this happened like 3 or 4 months ago, Conicus, so I haven't updated it yet, but I should. I'll need to get rid of them from there. Oh yeah, I got stabbed. But it worked out, because like, for multiple reasons, we're leaving this town, so I don't have to see any of them anymore. And like, they don't live where we're moving, so it's not a big deal. And actually, I have two friends who are living where we're moving that I can actually have on the show. They both want to be on the show. Jess from the old episodes, she's there. She actually did Bible Black with us. She wants back on the show. She's there. And then a new guy named Josh, who's actually really chill. He said he joined the show too. So that's the plan, man. New friends. New co-host for Game Boomers. It's gonna be awesome. Yep. Jess and Alan, both like the original co-hosts of this show. It was me, Dave, Jess, Alan. Jess and Alan broke up. Jesus Christ. If I die from mosquitoes, okay, good. Jess is on Trine, yeah. I will be 34 in 2 days, which is quite old. However, it's not my birthday today, but it is my birthday, basically. I can't celebrate it on Monday. My day is chock full of IRL. I cannot celebrate the birthday. But today is the birthday celebration. After this stream, Naomi and I are probably going to do some stuff before we go to bed. But today is the birthday celebration. Oops. I've been told I have... okay, we're not going to do that kind of stuff. I've been told by some people that I can be a bit too negative, but I think what it is like... when people are slack and I don't let them slack, basically. Like, Dave used to be really unreliable. He's not right now. That's good. But I would be like, Dave, what the fuck? Like, what the fuck are you doing? Like, you told me you'd be here. The show's ready to go. There's an audience. Why aren't you here? And he's like, what are you doing, man? Like, don't worry about it. Like, he was very much like a... like, he was pretty irresponsible back in the day. And he thought that I was being unreasonable because I was holding him to a standard. And that's really the only time when I become negative, is when I'm holding somebody to a standard. I know this game pretty well now. Oh, dude, does this still say blind playthrough? I'm sorry, man. This playthrough's not blind at all. It was blind playthrough for the previous game I was playing. I'm playing Steel Soul mode at the moment, so I know this game quite well. Not that well, apparently, because I fell into the goop. Put a blindfold on. Oh, thank you very much, Punk Pharaoh. I am not enough up my own ass to say, I'm not religious, but I'm spiritual. I'm definitely not religious. I forgot to do that the side. Oh, dude, I forgot to do this. Let us go around again. Dentakura, I've noticed something. When it comes to people wanting to fuck with me, they never look at Game Boomers. Probably because there's too much here. At this point, there's like 90 days of content for them to like look through and figure out, like, oh, is there something we can cancel dev over? They would have to look through 90 days of content. Did he hit me on the way through? No, he didn't. And they just don't bother doing it. And I don't blame them, like, it's a lot of content. So anything that happens in Game Boomers, unless Game Boomers itself becomes like a big channel, like separate of SFO, I do not care what happens on this channel, because no one's going to go through these backlogs and watch them unless they're fans. Only fans watch this channel, not you know, haters, basically. I see you, Punk Pharaoh. I can't say I do not necessarily know. Oh no! Fuck. OnlyFans, yeah. Ba-da-ba-ba-da-ba. I guess I made a mistake there. There's a hidden thing up here that I can't get to yet. But we're going down into the Fog Canyon. Welcome back, Shogoth Fat. I'm not gonna get used to calling you that, to be honest. Oh no! It's fine. I did not see that actually, Mach. Send it to me. Sounds hilarious, though. Yeah. Oh. Shog. Call you Shoggy. Handling these things is pretty easy now. You just like down strike them, then go off to the side, because they like home in at too much of an angle to actually be able to hit you. I've learned the strats. See? Check that out. Oops. Remember when Ralph was using the same pick people said was his, small they could say it was Dev's? It's okay, guys. I will fully admit, right here, right now, I have a small penis. I actually did see that. Dude. Really? Epic? Send me some info on that, man. DM it to me on Discord. Learn the strats, immediately hits enemy. Okay, so I did not make my 1 hour mark. I have 4 minutes left to get to Mantis Claw. I can't do it in 4 minutes. Hey, Nomad. Oops. Get out of there. Ow. I can't go up there now. Wait, what happened? Did something happen? I don't want to be rude, but I watched some of your Soul Silver vids and you look happier back then than you have in recent streams. Oh. It is, Thane, yes. Happier. Well, I'm sorry, dude. I mean, I haven't changed in happiness. It's just that I got fat. Maybe that's what you're seeing. You're seeing my fatness come through. No, I am just as energetic for the most part. I am just as happy. I'm not like... And you know what? You know what? You know what it is? Okay, those first few episodes, like, maybe not Soul Silver, maybe earlier than Soul Silver. Like, let's say like Fire Red, okay? Like the first year of Game Boomers. I was stuck in a relationship that I didn't like, in a town that I didn't like, visiting here just to do the show. And like my life was going fucking nowhere. And I was genuinely happier doing the show during those moments because I didn't have anything else going on in my life. But it was more like a, thanks very much, Epic. It was more like a, I'm happy because the suffering has temporarily stopped than me actually being genuinely happier. That's what that was, basically. Oh, fuck. Get out of here. Thank you very much. So, I was happier because my life was worse off, and so I valued those few good moments a little bit more. But for the most part, no, I am happier now than I've ever been. I'm sorry it hasn't come across in the videos. Like, you know what it was? It was because back then Nicole would edit together the best moments of the playthroughs. Like this is streamed, so you're seeing all of it, including the gaffes. But back then it was all edited. They were pre-recorded, edited up bits. All right, Leg Eater, I'll buy all your stuff. Going to Ontario, not going to Ottawa. Yeah. And at some point after we're in Ottawa for a few years, Dave will likely have to move out to Vancouver just to continue his voice acting career, because as we recently discovered, Vancouver is the best city in the world for voice actors, for voice acting jobs and agents and that kind of thing. So that will likely be within the next 5 years or so. Who the fuck would hire Dave? Here's the thing. Ottawa is a beautiful city, dude. It does seem to be the case that, like, I know it's not the case in the United States, but in Canada, the most leftist-run cities are actually the nicest. It's an opportunity. I wanted to pogo him to death. I gotta do this shit. Down, 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 down. Dodge this, down to down, and then through here. I like this game more than most Metroidvanias, but I really like Metroid Prime. Prime 2, Prime 3, they were all great. Not so much Super Metroid. Something about it, I couldn't get into Super Metroid. But I really love Prime. I like Ori. I like Rabby Ribby. I like Muramass the Demon Blade. It's like a Metroidvania, only a little bit, but still. What else do I... There's at least one more game that I like, but I can't remember what it was. Oops, can't go that way. Have not yet tried Dead Cells, but I do have it. I'm actually willing to give Super Metroid another try, but there's something about it. I've tried to get into it and I just can't. I wish I knew what it was, because everyone seems to like it. 12, I'd probably be hanging from a noose somewhere, dude. I love doing this stuff. Jesus Christ, dude. Shovel Knight is not a Metroidvania. Shovel Knight is definitely a... Oh my god, guys. Settle the fuck down here. Shovel Knight is like a platformer thing. Like a level-based platformer. That was dark, Dev. Yeah, Shovel Knight's Mega Man, yeah. Not quite, because it's a melee combat, but still. It's like Mega Man Castlevania. It's not Metroidvania. The lack of gravity is Super Metroid's downfall. Yeah, I think so too. Jesus Christ. I hate the mantises when you can't bounce on their heads. They can't get a good bounce going. I have not yet played any of the Shovel Knight DLC. I keep hearing it's good though. Naomi and I played Shovel Knight co-op on the show, and Dave and I played the Shovel Knight original, like just the base game. Back when it first came out, I bought it on the Wii U, specifically for the show. I was like, Shovel Knight's gonna be a big new game, guys. We gotta play this. So I picked it up and we played it like day one on Game Boomers. One of our first day one releases. I liked it. It's a good game. I think this is a better game though. Like, this game's on my top 10 list of all time. Shovel Knight is not. Come on, dude. Let's go. Yeah, the Wii U was like an excellent stream. Or sorry, an excellent console. I kind of wish we had like done a live unboxing of it, but we couldn't live stream back then. We did a live unboxing of the Switch. Torvar was here during that. I think Shogoth was here too. Maybe you guys remember that live unboxing where I tasted the Switch cartridge just for the memes, and it was like really fucking disgusting. Hold on, I missed something here. Any thoughts on Steam library update they did a few months ago? The patch I was using all over February died. What's the difference? I never heard of that Era 302. Deep Rock Galactic, never heard of it. But what did they do to the Steam library, Black Oofs? But yeah, we did a Switch unboxing video. And I kind of want to do, for the PS5 and the Xbox Series X, if it somehow ends up being good. Okay, this took me 4 more minutes than I thought it would take me to get to the Mantis Claw. I did it in 1 hour and 5 instead of 1 hour. It's still not bad, but not great. And I skipped getting the conifer map for this area in order to pull it off, so. There is that. I haven't played Vermintide 2 or Vermintide 1. What is that? What do you mean, Doctor? Circles and fields? What? 45? No, not that old. But yeah, when the PS5 and the Xbox Series X comes out, I would in fact like to do unboxing streams of them, assuming the Series X ends up being any good. Hope you guys would be willing to watch that shit. It'd be an on-the-couch stream like this one, but I have like a handheld camera that I use. So like you'll see the couch and etc. But instead of the game, you'll see our handheld camera as we look in at like the box. It's a cool little setup I have. I am 34 on Monday, but I'm doing my birthday celebration now because I can't stream or anything on Monday. When will I convince Naomi to play Bloodborne on the show? I'm still trying. Yeah, I know what you mean, Black Hoops. Steam has finally gone the way of updating their UI for no fucking reason. Just because it's going to be new. It's like, come on, man, stop tinkering with things. Jesus, die! Scared to play Onimusha. Anything management. I do like various management games, but not... I haven't played them on the channel, though. Let's get a little bit more soul before we go fight the mantises. That's some soul right there. Down we go. Alright, guys. Can't really watch the chat right now. I'm going to challenge the Mantis Lords. I have no upgraded nail. I only have 5 health. I'm basically the starting Hollow Knight fighting the Mantis Lords. Here we go. Let's go. Wow. Great starting. I still have like my money-making badges on. Oops. I'll just focus here a little bit. It's not a hard boss, it's just like pattern intensive, you know what I mean? You have to know the tells, and then you kind of have it down. They don't do anything that's like unavoidable. The tells are very obvious. You just like watch the screen properly. You kind of have to like fade out, like fade your eyes out, and just kind of like stare at the middle of the screen, and then see what happens. And you'll see like where they're popping out. There you go, I got that one. Now you gotta do 2. And they're like literally the same fight, just 2 of them at once. Don't hit me, please. That one's kind of a crapshoot. Sometimes it hits you, sometimes it doesn't. Oh shit. Come on. Give me another wall. Okay. Heal up. No problem. Jesus. There we go. Got one. Oh, shit. Okay, so when he appeared in the background right there, I thought he was going to dive down at me. But he actually appeared over here. And then I like spit all over my lip trying to figure out what to do. Oops. There we go, we got it though. No problem. That was pretty easy in the end. Like, the Mantis Lords are very intimidating bosses. But once you like know them, they're very, very easy. Sorry, dude, I gotta kill you for your monies. Shovel Knights is very, very good. Let's go one of the card game. I think it's my favorite. Oh, fair enough. I should try it at some point, but I'm currently like wildly obsessed with this game, if you can't tell. Here is the Mark of Pride. What are they gonna do? Like now that all the Shovel Knight DLC is out, what's their next game? Because like those are all free DLCs. They haven't been making any money on this shit for years. Like, what are they doing now? So I managed to do that in 1 hour, 12 minutes. That's not bad. It's certainly better than like the 9 hours it took us on the main playthrough. And it's certainly better than my previous runs of like 3 hours each. Off to the next project. We're gonna do Shovel Knight Dig, a semi-sequel, another project, I don't remember. Yeah, I heard there was like a Ninja Gaiden looking game. I remember seeing that. Hold on. Give me your free money. Give. I still like this enemy placement here, because when you like attack one of them, the other one just keeps bowing like it's no big deal. Like, I'm not gonna come and kill you two. Down we go, down we go. Blasphemous, no I did not. The fragile charms, they break when you die, and they cost money to rebuild them. However, they give really powerful effects for how many charm notches they use. However, in a steel soul run, you die anyway, so it doesn't really matter. Like, you know, if you die, your save file deletes itself. So the fact that the charms break doesn't really matter. You can still just use them because, like, it doesn't matter. It just doesn't matter. I'm sorry I didn't pay attention to the chat during that fight. I don't know what you guys are talking about at the minute. Hey, Bretta. I never stopped, Parrot Man. I've been going this whole time. You can upgrade them so they don't break. But it costs, like, I think 5,000, 8,000, and 15,000 Geo to do so. And you have to have the Grim Troop DLC. And you have to have started the Grim Troop quest so that the Grim Troop actually comes to town. Go. Oh, okay, fair enough. Morphbox. Because Rhythm Heaven, we have Punk Pharaoh. Okay, so those of you who are new, go to youtube.com/GameBoomer. All the playthroughs from the past 7 years are uploaded there in full. At some point, I'm gonna have to like find some time or pay somebody to do like supercuts of like the best moments of the playthroughs. But for now, all of the best moments all the playthroughs are there. And Naomi and I did Rhythm Heaven, man. Yeah, 9K, 12K, and 15K. Okay, that's what it is, right? Yeah. But so you can upgrade the broken charms. But yeah, Naomi and I did Rhythm Heaven, and she like couldn't stand that game. Even though she's like she really likes music, she plays clarinet, and she was like in band in high school. She could not play that game. It was hilarious watching her like rage at it. I think that leads to the fungal core. I don't need to go there yet. Heading up. Oh shit, dude. Do you mind? Get out. Got a gun, Dev? I would like one, but honestly, I am not experienced enough to own one. I would not trust myself with one because I don't think I could do it. I mean, I might be able to fire. I could probably learn it, but currently I don't know how to fire a gun. If I can learn like all this computer shit, or I can learn whatever else I've learned, I can learn how to fire a gun, that's no problem. But like currently, I feel like I would be unsafe if I had one. It would be irresponsible for me to get one. Well, you can get guns in Canada, yeah. Also, nobody, from what I've heard, not a single person has followed Trudeau's gun ban. Like 0 guns have been handed in. Not like 5 or 10 or like 50 or something. Like a minority of guns. 0, none of them. Not a single gun's been handed in. Hey Marie, I'm not a dumbass. What do you mean? Yes, it's my birthday. Keep it up, connects America's power out of you. Yeah, I need to learn for the license. Oh, oops. Thanks, Marie. To be fair, I wouldn't mind if America annexed the US, as long as we get to keep our healthcare. Everything else about Canada seems to be somewhat inferior, except for the whole healthcare issue. America annexed the US, eh, Dave? Oh, sorry, annexed Canada. Yeah, Jesus Christ. God damn. The honest truth is, I don't think people are like even Sophia Narwitz on the podcast was like, I got a hair here. Jesus. Yeah. Yeah, Sophia Narwitz was like on the podcast. She was like, America's in decline. I'm like, no, it's not. America is literally in a golden age of everything, with the exception of the radical left. They are the only thing, and they're not that powerful. You know? Yeah, Cornifer's already left. Missed that. Okay. No big deal. I know what you mean, Morphbox, but like, I understand what you're saying, but it's not completely accurate. Because, for example, my family had to go through this. My sister is somebody who had many conditions growing up. Just genetic abnormalities and that kind of thing. And we looked up what it would cost. It would have cost my family millions of dollars for her to get proper treatment and survive in the United States. It cost us nothing. 0, nothing. So I'm definitely living proof, or at least my family is living proof of the fact that when it's serious, the Canadian healthcare system works and works very well. However, for common things, they do not give a shit. They don't give a shit. You know? If it's not life-threatening, you are on the back of the waiting list and you are there for the rest of your fucking life. And that really is the payoff. Like, do you want it to be functional and bogged down and very top-heavy, or do you want people to fall through the cracks? Those are basically the options you get. I twisted my ankle and spent like 2 months' income on like 5 doctor's visits. Exactly. That is the problem with private care, is that sometimes the prices get skyrocketed by people who are just gouging to make a buck, you know? There is no requirement of a minimum level of care when things are privatized. They'll just fuck you if they can. How did I do that? The radical left are very loud, but they're not actually that powerful. Like, don't get me wrong. I'm not downplaying them. They are a serious problem that need to be solved, but they're not like a monolith that we can just never tackle and we should just give in because there's no hope. The radical left, they are not, the radical right of, say, 60 years ago. They're not nearly that organized. Yeah, Butters. Zoop. Hey, Butters, you just missed me being fucking awesome at this game. I didn't actually, I'm sorry. Insert the city crest, open up the door to the City of Tears. The Zoomers are actually going to be better than the... They're going to be in a better place than the Millennials, I think. Like, if they're Doomers, it's because they just haven't found their way yet. All teenagers are Doomers. The Zoomers are like... It's going to sound strange, but I think YouTube has helped Zoomers. Because YouTube is, up until like very recently, YouTube has been the ultimate meritocracy. And the rest of the internet is still the ultimate meritocracy. The idea is that if you make good enough content, you will go viral. And there is some luck involved, but it's just a matter of time and patience and skill and consistency. And so there's this grind mentality amongst younger YouTubers, and those who who see it paying off. They're like, this shit actually works. You get like 16-year-olds who have channels that go viral. They're making like 6 figures, 7 figures on the internet as 16-year-olds, and they're like going to school like this. I don't fucking care about this. I'm already set for the rest of my life. I don't care about this shit. I'm not talking politics right now. I'm actually talking like YouTube at the moment. But like in terms of like the generations though, like I think the fact like the idea of the meritocracy has been basically emboldened through YouTubers, because they've proven it to be true up until very recently, because YouTube's fucking with the algorithms and going all mainstream. But before all that, the algorithm before the algorithm fucked everything, Zoomers got a chance to see that meritocracy works. They saw it, they saw it in action. So I think they're going to come out of this a bit better than the millennials are. I've seen so many like millennials. In fact, I'm thinking of Black Light Attack right now. you know, complain about like grind culture in workplaces. And it's like, okay, fair enough, you know. If you're working for somebody else, maybe you want time out of work. Maybe you want your sick days. Maybe you want your holidays. But if you're working for yourself, if you're an entrepreneur, then grind culture is king. Grind culture is what gets you ahead if you're an entrepreneur. And if you're working for yourself and there's no boss, it's just you, well then you're probably the kind of person who has that personality to like work hard. Yeah, life itself is the grind. Yeah, this is the thing. Life itself is a grind, but we are lucky in that we get to choose what we grind at. And if you don't choose, then you will grind in somebody else's direction. Either you choose what you grind at or somebody else makes the choice for you. There's no non-grinding option. So you see all these millennials who are like, oh, grind culture, this sucks. I gotta work. Why can't I be in the utopia right now? And it's like, Zoomers are unironically smarter than millennials on the topic of work. And yes, I feel old. I feel very old right now talking like this. Yep, exactly, Epic, exactly. Set up this way. Actually, no, it's not this way. Wait, that's it. That's not that way. Let's go this way. I actually don't drink. I drink no alcohol. I am entirely straight edge. My only vice is being fat. And even then, I don't really eat fatty foods. I just eat a lot of food. Like I'll eat like 8 salads. I drink coffee. I don't drink alcohol. See you later. Thanks for being here. Great date. Yeah, millennials got fucked over hard. Agreed, SLN work, agreed. SLN work, yeah. We have problems, but for the most, like I wouldn't say consistently because I've met and talked to some people who have legit problems that are like far beyond any kind of first world problem, like real problems. And I'm like, okay, I get it. But for the most part, all of us here talking about like, oh, the Wi-Fi doesn't reach the other side of the house, this sucks. It's like, okay, if that's your problem, you're doing pretty good in life, all things considered. If that makes any sense. Don't grab it now. Okay, gotcha. Yeah, fair enough, Punk, yeah. Buy a better router. Yeah, dude. Ow. Why'd I leave? Also, I didn't get hit. I understand, Marie. Like, there are some people who just can't catch a break, right? There are some people who, they have, like, some kind of disorder or some kind of disability. They have, like, really bad luck. Most people aren't like that. Most people, they're making things worse for themselves. But some people, they really can't catch a break. And for them, like, I actually do believe there should probably be some kind of state assistance. Some kind of help. People who are putting in, like, honest efforts. Honest efforts, and it's just not working out, you know? Heard from my dry bread that Canadian rivers are quite bad. They have monopoly issues. Yes. Yes. The telecoms here suck, man. I would say, like, look up, I think it's called Viacom. They're a Canadian telecom. Look at the prices there. Yeah, no, I also agree with that too, Butters. There's people who are like they're actually depressed or they actually have serious problems and they just want to suck it up because they don't want to be like an emo kid. Not really emo kids anymore. Like you know, just like a, oh, my life is so bad. Oh, cut my life into pieces. This is my spoon and fork. Get out of the fucking way. I'm gonna die. I don't want to. Move it. Not Viacom then. Vianet. Not Viacom, Vianet. It was one of those two, and it's not the American one. It's a Canadian-only company. I don't know the lyrics to the song. I don't know if you couldn't tell. Forgiveness is a big one too, isn't it? Like, you have to be willing to forgive people. Like, not because like new evidence came out, not because there's a good reason, but because you're actually genuinely willing to forgive them. You accept the fact that they fucked up. They accept the fact that they fucked up, and you just move on from it. You know. Cut my beef into pieces. This is my spoon and fork. Oh, dude, social media has ruined, like, everything, man. Unironically, it's ruined everything. Like, Twitter has basically made political conversations be forced to fit into, like, 240-word tweets, which has basically ruined all nuance. Social media, like Facebook, has allowed people to just make pages for the weirdest, most dumb shit. So rather than having their ideas challenged, they can just create like ever more insular bubbles. Social media has ruined everything. Like, it's pretty fucking terrible. Oops. Sorry, dude. The difference is, Steel Soul mode, dude. Also, welcome to the show. I assume that you're only here to get the answer, so I will tell you quickly and then let you go if you don't want to watch. Steel Soul mode is unlocked after you play through Hollow Knight. You have to beat it, one of the endings at least once. And it basically lets you play the game on a hard mode where if you die, the save file deletes itself. And it's basically just done for kudos. So I'm trying to make it work. And actually, I'm going to take a short break here. 30 seconds. BRB.